Good morning, friends. I don't usually talk about the trials and tribulations of living in an RV, but this morning, the second time this week, please enjoy my stories or whatever else might be on my mind today. We got up and it was frosty, not outside, inside. Well, frosty outside too. There's a problem with my diesel furnace. We are not actually in any danger of being uncomfortable. We have plenty of blankets. And it doesn't get that cold inside anyway because I have the diesel heater. The cold air return is down there, that little round thing. And you can hear it. It's blowing out right there hot. That's a $100 Chinese diesel heater, and it's worked flawlessly for 3 years now. My main furnace, like I said, I'm not worried about us being uncomfortable inside, but the diesel furnace in the RV, which was a $15,000 option when it was new, but you know, it's 20 years old, so I've spent a considerable amount of money keeping it working all these years. Concern is that it heats the bays. I have heated bays, and sometimes here we're at nearly 5,000 feet. You may have seen in some of my past videos that the fountain freezes, and I've had to wait until the sun hits the garden hose because it's frozen solid before I can get any water out. Anyway, I don't have heating pads on my water tanks in my system because the diesel furnace heats my bays. There's a thermostat down in the bay. But there's a reset button that we have to take a look at. Second time this week. That button is down in the furnace itself, so we're going to get that place opened up. I have to take off that metal cover and to get to the switch. Oh, I'm missing an essential part of this process. I have a little stool, which comes in very handy. The thing I sweep my steps off with. There's the stool. It's about 38 degrees out here and the wind's close to 20 miles an hour. Little button in here, a little teeny tiny button. You gotta push it close. I think I got it. So now we gotta turn on the furnace and see if it ignites. Yes, it started. Back in business. Oh. As I said, I don't usually talk about the trials and tribulations of living in an RV, but after many years of it, I can pretty much fix anything. I guess while I'm out here, I'll go turn on my other diesel heater. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these on the property, and they work great. We have 2 down in the barn. This one in here is the Vever one that I reviewed, and it works fine. It's just noisy. Turn on the we're up to 85% already this morning. It was down to about 59 when I shut it off last night. So, turn on the... There it goes. We have DC power. And push the middle button.
Start heating.
And start heating, and in a couple of minutes it'll start the pump banging, but it'll warm up in here. It works pretty good to warm up this space. I'm looking over there to make sure I didn't get an error code. A couple of days ago I did get an error code, but I realized it was because I left the lights on in here and the power supply went totally dead, which meant that the heater shut off because it didn't have enough power, and it was error code number 27. And error code number 27 was lack of power. And I went on to Google AI actually, and found out that you could fix it by just unplugging it totally and let the little computer reset, and that worked. Oh, did you hear that? The furnace shut off. So it's warmed itself up to 190 degrees, and now the internal things should come on, but not here in the living room because it's plenty warm from the other. You can hear it. It's running down there. Yes, we have heat. Well, let's go get an update on the progress on the camper van conversion. Made a little progress this week. I got the puck lights installed in the ceiling panel at my little buddy heater there because it gets cold in here sometimes in the mornings. Got the puck lights installed. This is the panel. This is the panel that's going on the ceiling, and it also is, where's my finger there, padded. Just like the walls are padded. I was going to put it up, and then I decided I better put the air conditioner on first, or install it. I've been working on the support for the microwave, and I'm making it very, very secure. I have some internal wires here. And all of my switches are going to be right up here. Working on the cupboard template. I started saying making it very secure because if we have an accident, I want it to have the best chance of staying right where it was. There'll be another cupboard right here, also securely attached to the metal of the van, holding that from coming forward in the case of a collision. Haven't done much back here in the bathroom lately. I guess I already told you I got the toilet secured. I bought the plastic stuff to cover those, the paneling for the shower. Oh, did I tell you I made ice cubes the other day? I've unplugged it now. I was doing tests. I got water in there. I better dump the water before I go anywhere. What else? Wiring. Yeah. Anyway, that's the progress this week. Been doing some other things besides working on the van, but made some. Well, let's see if the heater is actually going in here. Oh yeah. Let's listen to it. You know, I've kind of gotten used to that. But boy, that's of the four we have, this is the noisy one. It works fine. I mean, it's putting out plenty of heat. And it'll warm it up to like 65, 70 degrees here in the workshop in just a few minutes. Even though I have vents, there's one over there and one over there. And I guess if I was really in snowy, cold, blustery weather, I'd close the vents. But it works fine to warm it up enough in here to be comfortable to take my coat and my flannel shirt off sometimes. I guess I talked about the air conditioner earlier. Or did I? No. Oh, I filmed it, but I didn't. Anyway. Yeah, that's the bottom side. I've done a lot of measuring and it's going to work fine. I was real happy to find out that, and I'll probably talk about this because I'm supposed to review this air conditioner. These really heavy cables. Buena idea. I was kind of worried about what size wire it was going to require, but they gave us the wire that's necessary. And it's enough wire to get to where I'm going to hook into the power. Microwave. We were talking about the microwave. This is the microwave. Ignore the dust. Let me blow it off. Yeah. It is a combination microwave, air fryer, convection oven, and I think it's going to be my main cooking source in the van. Been using the Weber tools. Anyway, let it warm up in there just a little bit more. I'll come out and start trying to get something done. Thanks for watching my videos. Lynn and I appreciate it. Let's go see if Lynn has anything to say today. Ooh, getting nice and warm in here now, huh?
Too warm.
Too warm. Yeah, I'm going to shut some of the furnaces down. Just making sure they work.
Yeah.
You have anything to add to... Huh?
They're working.
Have anything to add to my video today? Say hi to our friends?
Hi to my friends.
Yeah?
Hi to your friends and my friends.
Can I look at your new earring? She got another piercing right there. So she's got a top one, and she lost the ring. It's somewhere in the motorhome, but we can't find it. And the other one, it's just going to be a little ring like that. So we need to order another set of those small ones. Huh?
I have a birthday coming up.
You sure do. God, I got those. That was for Christmas. And because you lost it, and we've stretched it out and put a different kind of earring in there just to make sure the hole didn't close up, the new hole.
Right.
I've stretched it all the way out to your birthday.
Yes, you did.
Dang smart feller, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas, there's the chicken.
The Christmas chicken.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I love it.
where are we going to end this video?
Right here.
Hey, if you like me, give me one of those thumbs up. And please subscribe and hit that little bell so you know when I post next. Please share me with your friends on social media. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what was on my mind today.